Oh, this sign doesn't really fit me? Yeah, I didn't think this was really my style either. The end of the world is a very interesting yet somewhat abstract topic, but I think it's actually worth exploring because the Bible, one of the most widely read books in the world, says so much about it. So what does the Bible say about the end of the world? Let's take it to the book. In the Bible, Paul writes to his friend Timothy about these signs of the end times. However, for the sake of time, we will only go over 2 of these such warnings. That people will be lovers of themselves and lovers of pleasure. Now, some of you might be asking, hey Josh, this isn't new now, is it? Haven't people been warning about this since forever, all throughout history? And with that, you'd be right. However, I believe that we can and should analyze current events with these perspectives, and we can actually learn a lot. In this case, let's take a look at social media. Social media creates a platform for 2 main functions: creating and consuming. In terms of creating, I typically use Reddit and Instagram to post content that I make onto the internet and see what everyone else thinks. However, this process of making content, posting it online, and just hoping that people will like your content, this reflects the lover of self that Paul was talking about. The second process within social media is consuming, which includes the mindless scrolling of headlines, videos, and photos that you see all across social media. Now, according to social psychologists, this process is actually meant to give you certain emotional highs due to the stimulating and eye-catching headlines or images or videos that you see on the internet. For example, you get stuff like this, or you get stuff like this, or you get stuff like, what the heck is that? Needless to say, this process reflects the lovers of pleasure that Paul was talking about. And this is where problems begin to arise. As we can see in multiple scholarly journals and articles, the amount someone actually values social media directly correlates with how often you might have eating disorders or mental health issues. And this is an international issue. So what are we supposed to do? Although social media isn't really going to cause some cataclysmic event that's going to end all of civilization as we know it, social media does have the potential, by fueling a love of self and love of pleasure, to cause people to lose themselves and lose their worlds in the process. Personally, I don't believe that the key is in simply unplugging and having less of social media. However, I believe that the key to defending ourselves from this end of the world is simply by knowing who we are. When social media says that we have to strive for the love and affection of other people, we know that the Bible tells us that we were loved even before we were in the womb, before we did anything. When social media tells us we have certain beauty standards that we have to match up to, we know that the Bible tells us that we were fearfully and wonderfully made. Even if the Bible really isn't your thing, just know that there are people who have invested their love and their hope inside of you. And because of that, you matter. And that's how you stop a social media apocalypse. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a nice day. See ya!